All right, in today's video, I thought I would just get on here and see what comes about. I haven't really done a video in a few days. I've been kind of slacking a little bit. Been letting my emotions and letting my environment just kind of get me down. Sometimes after it's like that flow I talk about, where some days you're in that flow where you feel great, and other days you don't feel as good as you would hope you do. But those are learning days. Usually, those are the days that, even though good things are, I'm not as excited as I am on on today when I figured it out. Like sometimes that's why I always say keep watching videos, keep watching, and keep learning because even when you think you have it all figured out, you sometimes don't because I was letting work and stress and my environment get to me, and it was kind of bringing me down a little bit. And so I sat around and didn't really do anything the last couple days. Now when I post this video, it'll look like I probably posted two videos in a row because I did do a video the other day that I haven't posted yet that I'm going to post probably right before I post this one. So it shows you that even though I made a video, I got lazy because work got chaotic and stressful, and so when I got home, I didn't post it, and then I was let it uh, boil over into the last couple days, and I had to get up today and be like, all right, I got to do something, and then I just kind of watched a video about not letting not letting your environment get to you, to remember that you are you no matter what. So and that's why I feel like sometimes me showing my own journey kind of will maybe help other people figure out their own things too, because we've all been there in those days where we don't feel good enough, where we beat ourselves up for not being where we think we should be. And I do that a lot, man. We're our own worst self critics. Like Tony says, don't make it better than it is, and don't make it worse than it is. Make it as it is, and see it being better than what it could be or what it is right now. Like, have that vision of the future so you have something to strive for, but don't make it worse than it is that keeps you from doing it, which I am guilty as charged as doing. And I do it sometimes. It's more like that ebb and flow back and forth. But you have to remember to keep pushing forward no matter what. And in the video today, when I was listening to Joe Dispenza, he said, sometimes your life gets really chaotic right before you're about to have a breakthrough. So usually those are the days, usually that's the thing, we've all heard the saying, it's darkest before the dawn. And that's kind of where it is. It seems like, the outside world gets chaotic right before you realize something. Or maybe the outside world gets chaotic, so you have to search for answers. And then you find out the answers that you're looking for that help you get back on here and keep talking. And that's why I always want to inspire people to keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Find what you love, find what you're passionate about, or whatever you enjoy, big or small, and just keep doing it. And not everybody's always going to agree with the things you say. Not everybody's going to think that your journey or whatever you like is good or bad, or good, but it's not theirs. It's yours. That's the thing. I think the meaning of life is to find out what you like to do and do more of it. I mean, unless it's bad. Don't murder people. I think I've talked to you before, but or bad or hurt people. But again, maybe sometimes those are the journeys that those people need to have. Is that's what they got to do. It sucks when it happens and when bad things happen. But I mean, I know when I was younger, I've did some things I wasn't happy about or proud of, but I learned from it and moved forward and would never do anything that drastic. Again, I lose my cool from time to time. It happens. And in the moment, you let your emotions get the best of you. We've all been there. But the thing is to learn how to control them and not let them control you. So I feel like emotional freedom, or at least becoming aware of our emotions and not harboring them all, we need to let them out. Because if we harbor them all in and we don't let them out, then then when they do come out, they usually come in an explosion, and that's what sometimes causes people to do stuff they normally wouldn't. But if you found a healthy outlet to learn how to control your emotions or at least let them out, that's why I always say journal your emotions, just write them down. You don't even have to show them to anybody, just do it for yourself. Because getting them out on paper is just as good as talking to somebody. Now talking to somebody is good too. I went through part of a counseling program at Oakland before I learned that I'd rather be a coach than a counselor. But at least it gave me some knowledge to kind of learn how to talk to people and how to be like open and not uh, be judgmental of people, that you have to realize everybody's where they're at. I don't, again, life's crazy, life happens, we all go through stuff, we're all here for a journey, we're all fighting battles nobody's seen, we've all seen this stuff, and sometimes you just gotta keep pushing forward and see what happens and not judge people for where they are in their journey. It's their life. I wish everybody the best. I hope everybody's able to figure these things out, and that's why I try to encourage people to keep doing it no matter what. You're never too old, you're never too young to keep doing something or learn something new or find something in yourself that maybe was buried under a bunch of shit. Oops. But you know what I'm saying? Like, life sometimes piles on negative emotions, negative experiences, things that didn't go our way, things that, people break up, people do, you don't talk to people, people do dumb stuff. It just happens. And sometimes we let the disappointments get us to a point where we give up. I know I have at some points in my life where I've stayed down, where I've kind of been like upset and discouraged and have all these negative emotions that we all have. And that's okay. It's just that we just need to feel them, acknowledge them, and let them go. Maybe write them down on paper. Because if we don't get them out, then they kind of bubble up until they're eventually going to come out. It's just that, how are you going to let them out? How are you going to learn how to master them? Are you going to let them control you by keeping them in and like making them become more negative, or are we going to find constructive ways to let them out and let them flow through us? Because it's us that, like, I think I saw something one time that said like true emotion lasts 5 seconds. Then it's up to you to depend on if you want to hold on to it or let it go. So not saying that we shouldn't have bad emotions, that we shouldn't have these things, but just to kind of feel them and accept them, and then kind of just let them go, and then try to like reframe it. I lost my cool the other day, and after I thought about it, I was like, wow, I really wish I would have handled that differently, but I didn't. And I apologized and said, you know what, I should have been honest with everybody and straightforward with anybody, and I wasn't. So, and again, you got to accept that sometimes it happens. We're human beings, and there was a lot of stuff that was been going on the last few weeks, and I kind of just let it get the best of me. But then today, I kind of refocused that, rechanged it, and said, all right, it's just. And then when I heard that, sometimes that's the stuff. But when you're not aware of that's what's going on, that sometimes you're about to have a breakthrough, and you got to just realize that. And I was holding on to things, I wasn't letting things out, I haven't been writing down in my journal. And that's the thing, is I journal other stuff, and sometimes I forget when I start doing questions that my coach gives me, then I just focus on that for a while, and then I forget about the emotional part. It's been building up for a few weeks. And so that's why I always say it's good to write them down, and I got to get back and get my, start writing in my emotional journey again, or journal again, because it helps. I don't know what it is. It's something about getting it out of here, even if it's just getting it down on paper. And I'll reiterate and I'll keep saying it, is that journaling and getting stuff out of your head and writing it down. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. Like Matthew McConaughey says, it works for him too, and he don't know what it is either. He's like, it just works. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it does. So anyway, but yeah, by doing that, it just creates more space. It creates more, and you're almost showing the universe that you're trying to do something about it, and then it'll show you, guide me to a video that just pops up on my screen, and then I watch the video and I'm like, it's exactly what I needed to hear to kind of refocus myself in this moment, and then get on here and talk about the video. And that's why I say, like, everything happens for a reason. Because if I wasn't feeling like this the last like week or two, then I wouldn't get on here and talk about it with you guys. So it's my own life experiences. I'm trying to help show that we can all do it. We just have to reframe it, and we just have to let it be and feel it, be it, let it go, and try to figure out a way to uh, just change it around. You know, we're the only ones that can take control of our minds. We're the only ones that can take control of our emotions. We have to do it. The outside world may, you know, like I said, like videos in the outside world might help me, but at the end of the day, people are never going to change to make us happier. People are going to be who they are. All we can do is our best to try to help them or try to be in a good relationship with them or whatever. But at the end of the day, uh, they're not gonna they're not gonna change. If you're expecting for someone else to change to make your world better, you're probably gonna be waiting a long time, and you're probably gonna be frustrated. And trust me, I know I used to do it. I had to learn. That was one of the things I had to learn myself was that no, all you can do is put your effort and energy out there. Some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. And you know, the people that do hang out with them more, the people that don't, well, wish them well and let them, you know, just let them go or let them do their thing and just don't worry if they're not going to change because that's on them to if they want to do it. So, like I said, just do your best and see what happens. But anyway, that was kind of my thoughts for the day is just to kind of get on here, get back to doing it. That way, I can keep this information going because I just want everybody to realize that we're far capable of more than we've been told. That there are ways out there to become better. There are ways out there to handle stuff better. Because again, I'll reiterate Jim Rohn again. Don't ask for life to be easier. Ask for you to be better. And I figure by the awareness of all this going on, and writing it down and doing these things and paying attention to it is the first step and to realize that there's going to be good and bad days and that's fine to just kind of accept those days when you're just not feeling yourself and fight through those and get through them and then ask for the answers. I always ask like the universe, show me what you want me to learn, show me what you want me to do, so that way I take the ego out of it. Like what I want to know how to operate this body, how to operate my mind on a higher level, so that we can kind of be better. Like Wayne Dyer used to always say, if you want to reach your highest level, you just kind of got to learn and keep going. And some of the times you just got to cut the bad stuff out of your life, and it's not easy. It's a process, and don't get discouraged if you're not able to do it all overnight because it takes time, it takes work, and it takes awareness in those moments to realize it. And then don't get too down on yourself when you do lose control, or you know, like I said, I kind of lost it for a few minutes, but then I regained it and learned and apologized and moved forward. So at the end of the day, we're all human beings just trying to do the best we can under the level that we're at. So my best is trying to help other people realize these things too. So if you like the video, like and subscribe, share it. I'm just trying to reach more people, like I always say, because the more people that can learn this stuff and help take control of their own self, their own emotions, their own like minds and bodies, the better we'll all be. So yeah, have a good day.